Okay, tonight we're going to do some Dan Arts. What are Dan Arts? They're Yudansha arts. They're arts that are meant for when you are black belt and above. These are what we expect you to know. Well, there's a list of them in Seidokan Aikido. It's got like 61 or 2, something like that. And there's like, between 3 and 7 or 8 for various attacks. They're not especially more difficult. They're just maybe more context-dependent, situation-specific, or they're illustrating a principle. So, if you wait till you're dansha to learn them, it's too late. So we need to be learning them right away. Right? Tonight we're going to be doing 5 arts from Katatedori, same side wrist grab. So he's got the same side wrist grab, and what I'm going to do is Irimi-otosh. Irimi means to enter, otosh means to drop. So this is the art. So what am I doing? Well, if I force here, it won't go anywhere. Because now that's conflict. I leave it alone, like Funo Kogyundo, and I'm just going to move myself here. I'm going to move myself, relax. Then this foot is going to come up to the same level as this one, and I'm connecting on both, where I'm touching his upper arm, and he's connected to me, and I drop my center. So truly, it is Irimi-otosh. Don't try to lead with this. Shift, touch, feet are together. Now, if I try to push down with this, he can be really strong. Can you lift up? You can't lift up. But I can't push down either. Be strong. But I touch. Now we're one. He's one with my center. See? So this is a throw with your center. So I want you to practice it. Static. You move here, touch, drop. Connect. Everything drops together. It's really easy to put too much force in this or have your feet wrong. You want to slide in and drop. Okay, it's a real fundamental art. Like side step, connect. Notice I've got him. Now, how do we do this in motion? If he's coming and I come in, we're going to run into each other. Step back. So I'm just going to sidestep and drop. Sidestep and drop. Keep your elbow bent. If this gets stiff, he'll just run against your shoulder. Okay, so that's Irimi-otosh. It's an interesting art. You have to really develop your principles to do it, but it's not real practical, right? Because you're doing nothing about this other hand this person has. So that's a little scary. It's not necessarily the wisest idea, right? So, I mean, we could change this art slightly and make it come out this way. Now I'm in better shape, right? This is the same idea, but that could be a more practical approach. But what we're going to do instead from static is the second of the Dan Arts for this, which is Tenchinage, Irimi-tenkan. So I'm going to come in, enter, and drop. Static. So I'm going to steal his ki. So how's this working? Well, first I'm going to grab his ki, show it to him. Notice this hand actually comes back as I'm throwing him. Right? My right foot's forward now. One. Hey, what's up here? Notice this hand was here and then it rolled back. So now, here and draw it back. Because the hand in the shade is the one that throws. static. We're going to do it in motion later. 1. Sure, at any time, if he lets go with this hand, but as long as I'm holding his attention here, he'll still hold on to this other hand. If he lets go of this hand, this one can work. But okay, hold on, and Nage, show him the sky, and then this is your throw right here. It's not, trying to, see how it just swung back? Sort of swinging back as I step in. I didn't want to do this before with my arm down because he could come around, right? But my hand here prevents that. So this is Tenshi Irimi-nage from static. So of course that's how we do it in static. In motion, you just sort of have to show him the situation. Yes. Slow motion, yeah. I'm not going in so much as stretching him out and dropping his ki this side, in this direction. This one is zoom. See how it takes it out and stretches it, but I got to catch his attention, right? So that even if he doesn't grab this, this works. Okay, but let's not rely on heaven. Let's just let him come back to her. But now we're into the static again. We're going to do 3 movements from Irimi-tenkan. So the Irimi is to enter like this. Enter, and then the tenkan, and that takes his hand off. And so we're going to come, take his hand off. Come in, my center's here. Then like a bottle opener, I've got it all connected, and I just pop the top. Right? And then, but this hand brings him out, so because I want his energy to go forward. So that's the static method for doing this. And from once we've done that, the first movement is kokyu nage. So we come here, drop, and drop. 2 drops. 1, 2, drop, drop, and turn. Here. Because we drop them straight down, we can do the efficient turnovers. This is Hichigatame, and from this direction. 1, 2, 3. So it's kokyu nage. Shall we try? So that was how to do it static, right? When you're in static, it's very important. A lot of you, if there was a gap between these, and it's hard, he can hang on as long as there's this gap. Come on over here. Right? So as long as there's this space between, even when I'm doing it, he hangs on. In fact, that's tenkan. We want him to hang on. Right? If I don't want him to hang on for Irimi-tenkan, I go in, but he doesn't know that I'm there. Now hang on. Oops. Hang on. Oops. Because it's my whole body. It's like trying to hang on to something that's big. He can hang on to his little wrist out in space. Right? And then you're here. And then I see people wanting to use force. Now he will admit I didn't do that. His mind caused it. All right, so now he's coming. Yes. So he's coming for it from here. And he's going to get it now, here. So he's going to get it here. He's going to get it here. So I'm rolling him in. Come on. Yes. Boom. It's like you're bringing in a rope. Yeah. So this is what we're doing. Slow motion. Switch hands. Okay, so in motion, same entry from static, so we can practice static. We want to practice both static and dynamic, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Kotegaishi. Direction, set. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. 1, 2, 3. He's got a stiff arm. I don't want to jam it, so I scratch his back. Look, it bends. Don't let it bend. It's going to bend. Then I bring it into the space. If it's already bent, then you can just bring it here. How does this work? Come up. He's holding himself down. It's not like this. Come up. Yeah, you might. Right? So it's a simple arch. Okay, so kotegaishi. You get a lot of people resisting you, right? There's two ways to resist. There's a resist to make me a pulling person. Come on over here. So be strong. So just make me my down, make it a pull here. Jeez, that's hard. Or my down, make it a push against here. So these are the pull push methods of resisting, which makes the proper method so tricky because you have to be the perfect balance of yin and yang. Right? Once we overemphasize one, we push. Once we overemphasize the other, so go ahead and do kotegaishi to me. You feel that? I'm making you a pull. Now try to correct that. Now I'm pushing. I'm making it a push. Now relax. Hover above me with your hand. Now imagine that circle and finish it. So this is a little sticking point that happens in your technique. Oh, it's going well, it's going well, it's going up! And you have to keep the circular motion. And don't try to get out of it by taking it out here. Right? That puts him at risk, puts you at risk. He's stopping me by either pulling or pushing. I'm thinking the circle. So I want you to try that with your partner before. 1, 2, 3. He's grabbing, I'm letting it go. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it looks a little messy and dynamically. 1, 2, 3. But it's 1, 2, lightly touch, touch. 1, 2, lightly touch, touch. Irimi-tenkan, Sankyo. So, same beginning. Now here is where people start to get in trouble. They start to push down on this. First, he can be strong. Or he can let me and hit me. Right? So you do not want to do this for two reasons. So now, be strong. How could I do that? Because I rotated on the axis he wasn't strong on, which is right here. Now I move through, loose ring, guiding, come up. I've already got Sankyo on. Now I can move into any variety of pin, right? Or in motion. One, two, three. So you can try it static and in motion. Here's static. 1, rotate, move through without getting hit. Now here, people, be strong. But he's really weak right over here. So don't make him strong by pulling. So everybody wants to make him strong right here. I'm taking him in a position that he's not comfortable with. Be strong. He's not able to do anything when his hand forms a Sankyo behind his back. And that's all I'm doing. So Irimi-tenkan. So remember that these Dan Arts, we just did 5 right out of like 62. Right? But you can work on them. They're emphasizing basic principles. It's not like suddenly these are advanced. And in fact, to get us out of the thought of these are advanced arts, Kobayashi Sensei reminded us that, he said, my idea of advanced arts is that they are simplified basics, which made us go, huh? But it also makes you think, you have to peel down the shell there and understand what the situation is and what the principle you're applying is, and always follow the principles. So that's what we're trying to do.